moment, what's the most advantageous? Obviously, people like Sauce Walker. He just did it. He was on a stream saying, "Man, they said, hey, you just got your first Billboard placement," and he said, "Bro, I would have been had that shit had I taken that route as a side art. But I'm getting the money, bro. Yeah, I'd rather take the money,
bro. I want the money, bro. I want this music to work like properties and assets."
Yeah.
Sauce Walker is a smart guy.
Yeah, facts.
And he's a shameless guy too, but he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So look, this is the other side of that. We got our girl Pinky Cole.
Hi, friends. Today we're going to learn about bankruptcy. Can you say bankruptcy? Good job. Bankruptcy, let's learn the code. 7, liquidate and roll. 11, you reorganize. 13, pay it back. 12, now watch me. File that bankruptcy.
I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing. That's your face.
File that bankruptcy. File that bankruptcy. Cities can file Chapter 9. 15 businesses worldwide. 12, it helps out farmers if that crop gets really dry. Now watch me. File that bankruptcy.
I think the writing is very good. she's very accurate.
Bankruptcy up in this. Oh, watch you fall and watch them stop. Super freeze that. Oh, trustee turn in the RoboCop.
Whoa.
Chapter 7 means you liquidate that business.
So Pinky Cole is filing bankruptcy. Just continuing in the line of being an entrepreneur. What it takes capital a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
Facts.
Right?
For sure.
And
ongoing capital.
Yes.
So cash flow, operating capital.
100%. Yeah. And so a lot of times
reserves. Yeah.
In our community, we don't come from independent wealth. We don't come from rich dad, rich uncle, venture capitalist family member with a large amount of money to contribute. Where if you do fail, now you can just fall into the comfort of, I got this money from my family member, they support me. Nah, we fail, we got the money from an investor and they want it back.
Facts.
Or the bank.
Yeah.
And so this is what Pinky Cole has said about working with an investor.
When you want to scale, scaling is always a good thing. And if you can get private equity dollars, if you can get investment dollars, you absolutely should. But you have to make sure that the terms make sense. For me, I'm a creative, right? And having creative control is important. Oftentimes when you raise money, you are technically working for somebody else. You are working to get them their money back. No matter how you put it, you want to put it in Spanish, in French, you got a job now. It's a different.
You damn near are no longer an entrepreneur at that point.
Yeah, at that point you're working for the investors to give them a return or ROI on their investment.
And if they're not a creative individual and they come from a corporate world, their leniency with creative ideas is going to be limited. So They're not going to be like, okay, you think this will work in a year if we put this effort in and you have this creative idea? No, they want analytics, they want data, they want information that they can bank upon. They want to be in control of the situation. And that's not really how creativity nor entrepreneurship actually works, right? One month you might have a product that flies off the shelf. For whatever reason, the next month, nobody's buying that product.
Yeah.
You might have a strategy that works. You might have to pivot due to the market. And when you're working with that investor, the investor is going, where's my money?
Yeah.
You told me I was going to get it back.
Yeah, and it's usually tied to specific timelines, right? It's usually tied to specific. It's measurable. Right, in the sense of like, okay, based on the systems that you have in place, I can expect this in this amount of time. Okay, makes sense. So it's trackable, right?
I just saw an interview with Killer Mike doing an interview with one of the creators of Ben and Jerry, and I don't know if y'all know about the situation with Ben and Jerry. It got sold like 20 years ago, and the owner is actually trying to buy it back because he doesn't like what the corporate buyer is doing with the brand.
Oh.
And so guys, you got to realize all of this stuff. If you're running a business or if you're getting into business to be self-sufficient, self-sustained, messaging, and have a voice, as soon as you sell a portion of your business, a lot of that freedom is removed. Does the new owner want to represent diversity, equity, and inclusion? Is whatever message that you had that was important to you, is that benefiting the bottom line in such a way that the new owner is going to continue to promote that message in favor of them getting a return? These are the questions we have. So you really want to think about all of this stuff we move forward. I know I think about it a lot all the time. We had this girl last night come up to us and ask us, were we trying to get signed?
She said, yo,
are y'all trying to get signed?
She said, are y'all signed to anybody right now?
You want to get signed?
She said, do you want to get signed? We looked at each other like,
yo, not right now, gang. We got,
baby.
Put us in touch,
Baby.
Put us in touch.
What the check in on?
See, I'm not there with you. You there, I'm not
but
there.
It depends. It's all about the money, though, at the end of the day.
For me, it's all about the freedom. Because I'll take less money for more freedom.
It's both. I'm with you.
Yeah. So, we got to structure it to where I got to be able to say in the end of the meeting, look, gang, this is the last time we going to speak after you give us this check.
Yeah.
For a while.
It's,
if they not with that, we can't even sign the deal.
Right.
Bro.
It's all about the leverage, right? And so one of the key things, takeaways is just like not taking on it a lot of debt.
Don't take on debt, yeah.
Right. And then scaling too quickly. Right?
How do you feel about grants?
Grants?
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I would
definitely take grants.
Take advantage.
They don't have like a lot of stipulations, because I know some grants do.
I mean, as long as you align with the stipulations of the grant, or you can fit a project inside of that grant that works to achieve those stipulations, yeah. I mean, grants are perfect because it's free money, basically.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
I'm all for the grants, but yeah. So that was just my two takeaways, right? Taking on a lot of debt, because that's what happened in her case, right? Which hence the bankruptcy, and then scaling too quickly, and having high overhead as well. So try to keep your expenses as low as possible. I know in the retail space, oftentimes like you're opening another store, you're paying employees. This shit gets expensive pretty quickly. So it's like, I get it. Her company was worth $100 million at one point.
And that's what money looks like on paper, bro.
So this is a real deal case study. And she's a hustler.
Super hustler. The way she's talking, she sounds like a hustler.
And she's extremely good at marketing and social media. She's gonna be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's from what I heard from people in Atlanta, she's a really good person. So she'll bounce back from this. It's just it's a reset, and it's really, I like the transparency of her showing, like, you feel me?
I think we don't talk enough about the fact that I think because a lot of us don't come from that money or that background you're speaking of, we don't realize how normal a bankruptcy is.
Oh, it's super normal. It's extremely
how
normal.
It is extremely helpful to these companies, and how it's not always just this horribly bad thing.
It's a reset.
It's just a restructuring. Yeah. My father went through bankruptcy around.
It does have a super negative connotation, I think, more specifically in the black community, just not understanding.
Because again, it's about perception and the thing,
shame.
That's where the black community needs to find knowledge.
Yes.
Perception isn't knowledge. And so what I wanted to say during the TI conversation, a lot of what the label does very well is extend your perception.
Facts.
So they set it up. You can be super winning if nobody's promoting the fact that you're winning in a way that other people will take it. It doesn't really matter if you're winning.
Yeah,
like,
that's a fact.
I could come and tell you I'm winning right now, but that's not the right way to promote it. So you have to be winning, and you have to promote it the correct way, and it has to be promoted.
Yeah.
That's what the label does for a lot of these artists.
That's
because the truth of the matter is, when you get down to brass tacks, a lot of the perception that they're portraying It's false.
It's not facts. Yeah.
It's actually very inaccurate. So, look, is Sexy Red set for life? No. Is Little Baby set for life? Probably not.
See, that's where I gotta stop.
And so that's why I brought him up specifically because I know you can see it with certain people, but with others, even you have bought into the perception at such a high level that you really think that Little Baby is actually Donald Trump. And the reality is,
he not on no billionaire shit, but for sure off a rap, he done ran up 50 million for sure.
But he's not set for life, gang. And whatever he has run up, if it's structured in such a way,
with,
I would imagine it's not structured in such a way where he's controlling the full parameters of the money. And but he might be
He's a smart guy, man. So
I've never noticed that, but so you know what I mean. It's
But yeah, no. So that's real. That's real because when you get Forbes articles, when people say, "Oh man, you raised 25 million," and you're winning, you're getting achievements, and you're getting publicity. Like you do look like damn, like they going up, but then behind the scenes, it's like when the business ain't right, it's like
I told you about the homie who just got an influx of $700,000 from an investor.
Yeah,
he's run through the money already. The investor's calling his phone every day, and he can't pay himself some of the months. And so it's like, we got to really do the research. We got to stop the perception game. We got to stop the fantasy game.
Mm-hmm.
You got to stop the money game. We got to get into the hard work game. This is going to take a lot of hard work, not a lot of money.
Yeah,
right.
Facts. So, well said, brother.
Shout out to T.I. for discovering that.
And shout out to Pinky for, I hate to say it, dumbing it down for people, because she did explain it in another way. Like, y'all can come at me about this, but this is what this is.
That's a fact, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a restructuring of money so that I can pay back my creditors and get rid of some of the debt.
Yes.
Shout out to T.I. for discovering that.
And shout out to Pinky for, I hate to say it, dumbing it down for people, because she did explain it in another way. Like, y'all can come at me about this, but this is what this is.
That's a fact, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a restructuring of money so that I can pay back my creditors and get rid of some of the debt.
Yes, period.
I don't want to pay all of these people back. I can't pay some of them back. I want to keep some of my money. Let's go down to the office.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So you can look at it as a shameful practice, but if you were knowledge-based, you probably wouldn't do that.
Respect the transparency, for sure.
And so, look, gang, Afro Man.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, no, we're not talking about.
Yes,
we're gonna talk about Afro Man.
Is trending on every.
We're gonna talk. I wasn't gonna talk about this
okay.
either until I realized.
Please enlighten
he
me.
is dead ass trending on every.
Oh,
platform.
you don't know what's going on with Afro Man.
I know what y'all sent. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So Afro Man right now is doing the best rollout I've ever seen. I don't know if it's real or fake.
Huh.
So
very real.
Apparently, what happened with Afro Man is police authorities in 2022 ran into his crib looking for drugs
because he got high.
Maybe that was the tip. Maybe that was the tip that they heard. They ran in my man's crib
and found absolutely nothing.
They found absolutely nothing. While they were at his crib, though, they did flip off the cameras. They damaged some of his properties. He's claiming that they stole $400 and they turned off his security cams inside of his home. All right? Subsequent to that, he was not charged with any crimes related to drug possession. He went ahead and said, you know what? I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I'm like Edgewood Ralph.
The people and asked him, like, hey, you did some damage to my home. And he said the people laughed at him like, we don't have to fix that. So then he.
Well, they don't have to fix it.
Could be
unfortunately,
true.
That is
but
true.
You could deliver some news like that. I think the smugness of how his concern was received.
Oh, they were major dickheads to my man.
Yeah, so it's why he is where he is now.
Yeah, so he said, you know what? I'm an artist. I'm a creative. I'm going to use the tools that I have at my disposal to seek justice.